Last episode, I talked about the moment the shift actually happens. Not because of the techniques you did, not because of the repetitions, but through a quiet inner acceptance when you say, I'm done, it's mine. That click which says, this is so. I already am what I just declared or assumed myself to be. Not hoping, not trying to believe, actually accepting, knowing that your words are the law. And what comes next? What do you do after that? Do you hope it's going to work out? Do you hope you did it right? Or do you expect it to unfold now because you said so? Waiting or wishing? Expecting and knowing, because expectation means this is already in motion now. This is my reality and I stay seated here, and that is authority. It's a completely different position. It's like I'm not negotiating no matter what. No matter what kind of thoughts I have, no matter what kind of emotions I have and they throw me over, no matter what the outer world is still echoing, no matter of my 3D. That's what this episode is about. And welcome back to the Wealth Identity Podcast. I'm so glad to have you here, and this is the space where we explore money, identity, and reality from the inside out. And I'm Agnes. And here, when I talk about wealth identity, I don't just mean money. I mean the freedom to remain anchored in what you have already chosen while life rearranges. After expectance, there's often a strange, quiet silence. Sometimes nothing changes right away. Sometimes the same circumstances still linger, and sometimes your mood shifts, and that's okay. But the old reflex tries to whisper us like, you lost it, you need to do something, you are not in the state, this isn't real yet. And that reflex isn't the problem, it's just the echo of a position you already left. But what matters is whether you move back with it, into more doing. Because staying seated doesn't mean holding tension. It doesn't mean remaining in that tension. It means that you remain seated in what you have declared. In this is done, this is moving, this is mine, no matter what. And from that position, thoughts and emotions can rise and fall. You don't need to control them. They don't relocate you. They don't revoke what you chose. They don't mean anything about you, about your future, about your goal, because you are not living from reaction anymore. You're living from authorship. Your words are the law, not because you are convincing reality, but because reality follows your lead, follows the position you occupy. Most people think they fall out of the shift when a doubt appears, but they don't. They fall out when they start negotiating again, when they stop expecting, when they go back to watching, when they reopen the case, so to say. I see so many people falling back here. I did this for years too. That's why I know that's the in-between phase where we need mostly the support, the reminder of who we truly are, that it doesn't matter if we have bad days or good days, because we are not our thoughts, we are not our feelings, we are not our emotions, we are the awareness that remains untouched, that is aware of all these craziness. This is why I created the mirror. The mirror isn't a technique or another method. It's a relational space, an interactive life space designed for the exact moment when the old identity tries to reclaim the seat. When silence stretches, when nothing seems to move yet, when the 3D looks the same, when the nervous system flares, when you feel the urge to interfere, do something. It reflects where you leaned forward a little bit, so you can return back to your expectations without effort, without self-correction, without dramatizing. And there is something structural that happens when expectation is real. What? Doing loses urgency, fixing loses purpose, checking dissolves, not because you suppress them, because they don't serve any role anymore. Because from the position you already are, from it's done, it's happening, no matter what, it doesn't make sense anymore. And that is conviction. Not loud, it's positional, structural. You are solid, standing on the solid ground, or what I used to say, you stay seated in what you just decided. Stay in expectation. You don't upgrade sensations into stories, because nothing means anything unless you give them a meaning. Like silence doesn't mean anything until you reopen the case and you decide this means you haven't done it right. So you go back again in doing. You know, feelings and emotions are just what I call weather. You let them pass. Feel them, allow them, they don't mean anything. Just don't leave the seat. Because people keep leaving and keep turning back into hope and waiting. But when you select it, you don't need to earn anything. You already are who you said you are. And once you see this, once you feel the difference between hoping and expecting, there is nothing to add. Only a place to remain. That's the entire art. If this episode resonated, let me know in the comments, and you can like or share it with someone who needs to hear this right now. And if you want to stay in these conversations, you're welcome to subscribe if you haven't yet. If you have, then thank you so much for being part of this growing community of the wealth identity. And I'm going to see you in the next episode of the podcast. Bye.